What's going on, Aquarius ladies? Welcome to my channel. Today you're in for a treat. I have 3 readings coming your way. They're going to go in consecutive order and you'll see how it goes as it unfolds. This reading is how to reach the Divine One, your God, your goddess, so forth and so on. It does go to Sun, Moon, and Rising, singles, and couples. The next reading will be more of an earthly, flirtatious, how to anchor that divine power within. It will be friendly for the gentlemen, but it will still be 100% geared towards the women. Gentlemen are welcome so they can be aware of how to connect with this new divine energy that goes through your Aquarian woman, or the Aquarian woman in general. So we're going to start with major arcanas. Now we will draw from the oracle. Apparently it's quite a bit, but we're not pulling those. Okay. And now we will pull one from the celestial. Thank you. So let's get started. Transition, the shift. Which one of you has a connection with Kali? If you don't have a connection with that specific deity, focus on the energy. A piece of you must die, a certain fear. Now, if this does not resonate with you and you are further down the path and have already reached out and connected and carried out many workings with the divine ones, then by all means, just skip that part. But for those that resonate with the Kali energy, I would say reach out. That can be done with prayer. Simple, basic Google research will really help you. It's not too complex as it may seem. For beginners, if you want to reach out or do something small until you grow in the path of that energy or an energy of the divine one. I am not saying that Kali is your goddess. I'm saying that that's the energy that's popping up. But if you resonate with the Kali energy, then by all means go look deeper into that. Remember that white candles can be used in replacement of all candles. If you don't have a blue one, you can use a white one. It's about intent. If you want to reach out to a divine one or this goddess specifically, then look at it as you were inviting someone very important to your home. Adorn their area with flowers, basic Google research, things that they like, offerings, so forth and so on. And meditate on that experience, even if it does not manifest the way that your desire might be. We've all been there. We set something major up and then we cast it and, we're like, wow, I put 6 months into that and all I got was a candle flicker. And sometimes you might get a massive cosmic explosion and then sometimes you might just get a well done, my child. Well, if you heard well done, my child in the past, or if you do run into that, that is pretty much in my take from my intuitive connection and my experience at this for years, that my child is I accept you. I have adopted you. I have connected with you. So it's not so much the connection part that I want you to focus on, but the preparation. Prepare your home and your vessel for the visitation of someone of a very important nature. For those going through a shift, the Kali energy in this card also does symbolize death. Now with this go around, the death can be slightly harsh. It can be a deity or your ancestors popping in to say, look, that sucks, I know, but you have to let go of this piece in order to get the other 10 pieces that fill the puzzle that you are trying to solve. Okay? But reaching out is easy. It's very, very easy. By reaching out, there will be influxes of energies for those that have reached out to powerful forces, deities, ancestors, like the really, really, really strong ones. And you've experienced those influxes of energy, then go ahead and chime in below. So if somebody comes across and they've never experienced it, you have experienced it, and you can comment on how it can just rise up. Different forces, different deities can affect you differently. Some, if you invoke a goddess or a god of war, you're going to have a pretty charged day. You're going to be in the mindset of war. It doesn't have to be war pertaining to actual war on the street or killing people. You can use tactics of war to break through basic mundane problems, strategy. So if you have or are starting to feel those influxes, understand that the thoughts you feel or the feelings that come with this, you don't always have to act on them. The divine force that you're working with doesn't, say, hey, go do everything I make you feel or do everything that you feel from when we connect. No. Sometimes it's best to sit there and deal with those thoughts and emotions and then transmute them and then purge them. So when they come back, you're like, I got that. That ain't nothing. Because sometimes deities or divine ones will throw a cog in your beautiful spoke just to see how you will handle the pressure. Deities and divine ones just don't reach out to any old body. I know many might disagree with me on that, but some deities won't reach out, period. And if they do, it's to be honored and cherished. And then also certain deities might say, look, I just don't want to work with you, but this deity over here does, so forth and so on. But also know that there's nothing wrong with reaching out for assistance. If you're going down the path of deity, divine ones, so forth and so on, then what I'm getting is cards, tarot, oracle. That's great. That's awesome. It's good to tap into that every now and then to see how you're going, reassurance. But if you go down that path, divination probably won't help you in the long run. It's going to be building the relationship with that force, learning to build the telepathy, learning to heighten and strengthen the energy body. That's going to assist you more, because then as you align more and more with that current, that force, that god or goddess, or multiples if you're feeling fun, then you're going to start to take on certain traits of that deity. I like the saying, you can always tell how a deity is by their followers. That's very powerful to me. So when you reach out to this deity and this force, understand that it will be perfectly fine with reaching out to a human being every now and then saying, look, you've been down this field and you know this road and you know what the heck's going on. Can I get a little insight? And sometimes go talk to the deity, say, look, is it okay? And then wait for the sign, ask again. And if you don't get a reply, just let it go and go with your intuition. If your intuition leads you and says, you know what, just something in me says don't do it, then don't do it, okay? Because that could be a test. Remember when I talked about divination? Angel of divination. Now, when it comes to the connection with this forces, deities, so forth and so on, I would suggest, if you can, get a tool or a method of get a set of cards, I worded that all wrong, oracle, tarot, whatever method of divination rocks with you, and dedicate it to that force, the card, so you can align directly with that energy even more, and you're not using it for different reasons. You're just using it for when you're in ritual with that force. Even if you have not connected with that force right yet, but you have good feelings about it, then that's usually a good green sign. Usually if forces come into your life and they don't want to be around you, you will know. If you're not meant to walk a path, you will know, so forth and so on. So I'm going to touch base on a deeper way to connect with them possibly in a couple days, okay? But for now, for those who have been looking to reach out to the divine ones, their gods and goddesses, now's a good time. Hopefully this resonates with you in some way, shape, manner, or form. If so, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. Wow. Tips and donations are always honored. And welcome to all the new subscribers and everyone. Whether you're new or have been here for a while, you've been keeping me above the sinking tides. I just haven't mentioned it much lately. But I got some updates coming in soon. So until then, y'all stay fly. Next video in a couple minutes. Peace.